You be fucking up. You be fucking up the vibe. You have to clap and do this. You can't just say welcome.
Well, I got like this in my hand. I can't like just like bam, you know.
Oh, you got the blunt in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
fair.
you wouldn't take it.
Fair.
So it's not my fault.
Fair.
It's not my fault. I had to adjust.
Fair.
Aight.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's your boy Funny Toast the mostest.
Task, the old nerdy bastard. This shirt is getting fucking.
This shirt is faded as fuck, bro.
And it's like long. Like,
Yeah, I think eventually that shit you might have to. I wonder if that print is going to fade to the other side.
I bought it like this. Yeah, I bought it like this. Also, I've lost 60 pounds.
Oh, congrats.
I've been waiting for someone to notice. No one has said anything.
We talked about it like last week.
No, he did it.
Yeah, we did.
No, he did it.
We talked about like doing floor exercises and doing that kind of shit.
Dude, we
How to do
did?
a plank. Yeah, nigga. You hit the blunt though.
Oh, okay. So I probably don't remember. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, nigga. Congrats though, my nigga.
Thank you.
Look at you, bro.
Thank you. It hasn't been easy, but
Oh, bro, it's not.
I've been
But
doing.
I bet it feels better.
You know what? Standing up very quickly is very jarring. Like, I get dizzy sometimes when I stand up because I move so. And just been eating clean. Eating clean. I completely cut out sodas.
That's a huge one.
Yeah, the sodas, and that was tough for me because I love a good soda.
They say quitting sodas in over a year and not changing anything else could drop you. I think it was like 20 pounds or something. Like, because it's so much sugar.
Yeah. I cut out that in fast food, and my doctor told me, he was like, if you do that, you're going to start dropping drastically. He's like, you're going to be like dropping. And so I did that, just doing some walks, some little exercises, not at the gym, just doing stuff in my house, just like in the garage, just like doing some things here and there.
Oh, I even told you to get VR. Because then you could do, like,
I do remember that call.
Bro, I mean, I swear I lost like 40 pounds one year.
Just doing that one?
Just doing Thrill of the Fight every day. Because I wanted to get through the game.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's no cheat options. And it's not a Thrill of the Fight's a VR game that's more like a simulator boxing game.
Yeah.
So there's no, like, super power punches or, like, you know, like, they have a Creed game. But, like, you know, like, you work yourself into combos, then you get your power punch moment and shit like that. Like, nah. This is like straight up, like, nah, bro. If you ain't hitting them in the temple, the chin, like, you know, you just doing light damage. You gotta literally, you gotta fight.
Like, you gotta fight.
And, you know, you're not getting the, you know, hits back damage and it's not like hitting, but you get into it. And I swear to God, at first, bro, I could only do like one fight, you know, like 3 rounds, and I'd be like winded. I got to the point where I was doing like 3 full fights at a time. I remember I ran through the game on normal mode, and then endurance mode. I never beat the expert or whatever, like the super hard. But that shit's a work. I mean, bro, you leave that shit pouring sweat, and I swear I dropped like 40 pounds just doing that. Was my entire workout.
That's what's up. Yeah, I would like to do that. That's something. I don't know. I've been because of it though. It has made me like exhausted of sorts. Like. I just like I'm not used to not having energy like this, and so it's been weird, but it's but yeah, we're here, and it's been a good week for California.
In which ways?
How's my energy levels, Task? Not as much as I used to have. I gotta get acclimated to that.
Let me ask you this. Because you feel your energy levels are lower, have you supplemented those sugars, like the sodas, with anything else, like natural sugars, like fruits or anything?
I've been eating a lot of fruit and drinking a shit ton of water. That's why I even brought this.
How about proteins?
I got to make sure I eat my protein immediately in the morning and just distribute it throughout the day. It's not just cutting foods, but also making better decisions. And what you eat, because one of the biggest misconceptions that people think is that if I just work out, I'm just going to lose weight. And it's like, you could work out all you want, but if you still eat like shit.
Well, I mean, technically, you just have to keep working out harder if you eat like shit, but at the same time, you're not going to feel as energetic as you can. You're not going to get like the health benefits that come
to
with
build the
working out.
muscle and everything.
You know,
so.
like diet, what you eat is far more important. Because let's be real, there's some motherfuckers out there that's big as fuck. I mean, just watch any NFL game. Motherfuckers be like 330 and running like a 4.740.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's nothing. Just moving.
Mm-hmm.
Faster than I could.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which Marvel property do you think most lends itself to a VR game like that? Either Spider-Man or Iron Man.
Iron Man already got one.
Yeah, the Iron Man one is supposedly pretty good.
I heard it was good. I haven't played it. I really need to download it. It's on Quest. I just haven't bought it.
The Iron Man one is supposedly supposed to be pretty good.
No. I think those two, and I think you could probably get away to a degree with the Wolverine game.
Okay.
Because you have the hands, you can do like, you basically just claws.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have interesting
Do you have Goku shower shoes on?
Goku slips, bro, my sandals.
Those are jail prison shower shoes.
Damn near, yeah.
Show the people. Those are shower shoes.
Right.
That's the shit they be wearing in cell blocks.
Dragon Ball.
This was Dragon Ball.
And the best part is, you saw the Goku shorts, bro. I got the whole.
You got the whole thing.
DVD
I did not know that Mexicans love Dragon Ball.
Bro,
I did not know that.
No, from Mexico all the way down to the
To,
bottom
South
tip
America,
of South America,
yeah.
bro. Dragon Ball.
Like it's bigger there than it is
like
here.
when you see those, especially when you see those like extremely detailed, like crazy looking Dragon Ball pictures.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those are drawn out by niggas down there, bro. They love that shit.
That's
from
true.
anime, especially especially like the big threes.
Yeah.
Like the big names,
Oh, yeah.
classic and stuff. Video games.
Yeah.
They love themselves some motherfucking
Yeah.
Marvel. They love bro, it's like they consume geek culture like a motherfucker.
I mean, CCXP, that's the South America Comic Con. It's called CCXP. It's like fucking humongous. Like, even Marvel, like, debuts shit are there and stuff.
Am I playing Marvel? Yeah.
Like, what could be marketed under fitness? I would say a Shang-Chi game.
Shang-Chi, you can do practice training, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Actually, a really good one, because they do have these games that play really well and are tiring in VR.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye game.
Okay.
Because the bow and arrow
bow and arrow
stuff is huge. And it's I don't know if I used to do the PS Move back in the day, and they had this sports game for it. Mm-hmm. They had bow and arrow, bro. I was 5th in the world.
Just got
for like 5 months straight.
Plugging niggas?
I was like, you don't shoot people. I mean, it's targets. You know what I'm
saying?
Okay. But it's speed, it's accuracy.
Right.
I mean, that shit was mad fun, bro. I was lighting this shit up.
That's in Brazil, though, right? Yeah, it's in. I'm pretty sure it's Brazil. CCXP. It's the South American Comic Con, and it's fucking humongous. Like, it's probably bigger than our Comic Con.
PS Move shit was fun. It was, bro. If you guys haven't already, I would suggest getting a Quest. If financially you're not too sure, I still have a Quest 2. I haven't tried the Quest 3 yet. I hear it's like not like leaps and bounds better, but the Quest 2 is like $200 now. And I can tell you this, bro, it's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself a little bit of space. Try a few of those games. I mean, Beat Saber alone is like a kind of...
Beat Saber had me exhausted.
Bro,
Beat Saber fucked me up.
Bro, you leave Beat Saber... Oh, you know what you would love? I think I showed you the game before. Pistol Whip.
Yes, Pistol Whip. Yeah,
because it'll make you feel like John Wick,
I
bro.
was just saying,
sitting there just lighting people up and dodging bullets and shit to a beat, though.
Yeah, a Hawkeye Ronin game would be wild. I agree. I agree.
Hawkeye Ronin game. I think especially because if you want to avoid like motion sickness, you don't do as much of like the running kind of games.
Yeah.
So characters like Wolverine can teleport. Oh, Beast. Like, well, think about it, because if you have teleport, the idea of like you jumping from character to character, like, you basically pouncing.
Yeah.
Beast kind of suits that a
Beast
little bit,
game?
I think.
I like Beast, so
give Beast a little bit of love. I mean,
I like
bringing
Beast.
the X-Men back, or Remy.
Okay.
Because you can hold a staff
Okay.
to both of the things, and you can throw cards.
Okay, I like it.
You know what I'm
Hawkeye
saying?
Ronin game would be wild. Play Dead Space or PS4.
I think a lot. I mean, I think any one of the ones that you can make work, because you could also do telekinetics. Basically, I just reach out towards an object, I hold the button down, I move it and throw it, yada yada. I think anything that you could do in VR is automatically like an active game. That's kind of one of the benefits of playing VR is that you're playing video games, but A, you're standing up, and B, you're moving. You're moving from side to side, you're stepping, you're moving around, you're swinging your arms. Like, you're actually getting more of a workout than you would just kind of sitting there, and high brain activity, which, a lot of thinking, complex thoughts, solving puzzles and things of that nature, that actually burns a surprising amount of fat.
So, yeah, I'm thinking of getting one.
I would recommend it. Like I said, if you're on the fence, just try the Quest 2. And, you can
save some money.
If it's worth it, you just like, all right, I'm in. Then I'll pay the $500, to get the better one.
Gotcha.
I mean, like $500 is an investment, of course. But I feel like I personally would I hard recommend it. I've had, I think this is my like 6th VR set. The fact that I can tether it to my PC too for any PC gamers, that's dope. And I have a PC, Dan the Man, but I'm not playing Marvel Rivals.
It's not out yet. But they did do a beta, but they only did the beta for PC.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know they were doing a beta for that, so I didn't attempt it.
Yeah, I found out about it, but they were like, "Yeah, it's only for PC," and they're claiming it's coming to consoles.
Okay,
I haven't seen it out yet. When I first saw Marvel Rivals, I was like, "Oh, so this is Marvel Watch."
Yeah. I remember seeing the trailer. We watched the trailer on here, right? Yeah. I remember seeing the trailer. Yeah, it looks good. Don't get me wrong. And I fell out of Overwatch a while ago.
So apparently,
some people say it's better now.
Apparently, no, it's not. Oh. Apparently, it's not. Like, if you played the Overwatch, it's the same, just with new characters. Like, they're trying so hard to make it better, but everyone's like, it's just the same shit. Now you're just asking for money.
Yeah, see, that was one of the things I really liked about Overwatch 1 is that, like, I paid full price for the game when it launched, and I feel like I got my money's worth and more over time, to the point where it's like, yeah, if you would have gone, like, a couple years in and then asked me for, like, another $20 for, like, another, like, set of characters and maps, or, like, maybe for, like, another, like, if it was, like, $20 for, like, 2 more years of continued support, then I'd be like, okay, maybe we talking, but
like Dan the Man said, it's pretty, from what I've seen, it's actually pretty fun looking. And the characters
Marvel
they
Rivals?
use, I like to call it Marvel Watch. Like, I wonder if a Star Wars Overwatch clone is. I'm shocked that hasn't happened yet because they're really trying to license their characters out. I know it sucks that there's one like that.
Well, you have to remember, Star Wars already has its own successful FPS with Battlefront.
That's true.
So it's like they don't really need something else. Where Marvel's biggest things right now have been they've hit in RPGs.
But apparently, it's not a first-person shooter though. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Person.
It's third person when they're trying to say no, it's not Overwatch because it's not first-person shooter.
Fort Watch.
It's Marvel Fort.
Marvel Fort.
But yeah. So I do want to talk about something real quick before we get into things. Like I said, it's been a good week for California.
Okay, California love.
Been a very good week for us California people. Kendrick is king. Kendrick's the guy.
It's not Big 3. It's just Big Me.
Kendrick's the guy. Kendrick's the guy.
You know what? I kind of want to have to say, even though I can't disagree with you there, I have to give a definite special shout out to J. Cole for being the smartest man.
Yes.
At first we thought you made one of the lamest moves in the rap game.
Yes.
But that was on a strategical level that people just could not see. When you talk about making, like, this nigga dodged a nuke.
That is a tactical business decision. Because J. Cole I thought we were just rapping. I thought that we were just rapping. Oh, y'all niggas really don't like each other. And if the rumor is true, which I believe, if the rumor isn't true, no, I think that's the difference. We'll talk about that. Because on the day that J. Cole apologized, it was during his festival, and Schoolboy Q performed at that festival. So a big rumor is, and I'm hearing this actually true, Schoolboy went to J. Cole, put a hand on his shoulder and said, look, bro, Stay out of this. It's gonna get ugly, and I know you, and you don't want no part of this. You don't want no part of it. Trust me, I see what's happening on this side.
It ain't just Kendrick.
It's getting ugly.
Ain't just
Now,
Kendrick.
to go off of what he said they hate each other. No, let me stop you there. I think that's what fucked Drake up. Drake doesn't like Kendrick. Kendrick hates Drake. There is a difference. There is a difference. As in, no, I'm not just going off of you. I'm just saying that was Drake's first mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, Drake made a lot of mistakes here. But this is all humbling and a learning experience.
You know, the sad part about it is that Drake is been proven fairly Teflon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like don't feel like this is going to slow Drake down.
Mm-hmm.
I would like it to because I haven't liked Drake from jump. Because the first time I heard Drake was "Who Do You Love" on the YG song.
So the first time?
Oh, I probably heard it before. I didn't really know. I didn't pay attention.
Okay.
I didn't really care. But the reason I tuned in was because I was like, I heard that Rapper Forte verse, and I was like, I've heard this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've heard the cadence, the words.
Did you see recently he posted the actual receipt that he got for it? He did that recently on Twitter. He was like, I just want to mention this. You know, people are questioning Drake, and he had a copy of the receipt that he got from Drake. For those of you who don't know, there's a song called "Who Do You Love" by YG. Drake's featured on it. Yeah. And Drake pretty much does the absolute definition of let me copy your homework, but just don't make it obvious.
Look, not even don't make it. That shit was obvious as fuck.
No, yeah. Drake might recover, but he's never going to be. Oh, no, here's the thing. Drake is always going to be okay. I don't think that he'll be at the level he was before. But he'll be all right. But anyways, like it's kind of like what Cal Reason said, but let me add to it. When Drake and Kendrick first came out, they were both cool. The thing is with Drake is that when he fucks with you, he wants you to sign with him. He wants to absorb you and steal your style. Start rapping like you. So a lot of niggas were like, I'm cool. I'm straight. And when that happens, Drake takes offense to it. One of the biggest lies, they say that Drake took Kendrick on tour. That's not true. They did go on tour, but before that, Game put him on. He toured with Game. He was already signed to Dr. Dre's label. So, like, going on tour, I bet when they went on tour together, they had a song together. So, like, it's not. But Kendrick has been rising in fame, and Drake was hating because he's like, fam, like, everyone's comparing us. But they couldn't take shots at each other because they're basically signed to the same label. They're basically Universal. Yeah. Kendrick left and started doing his own thing. And I said to everybody, I said, oh, he's about to go at Drake soon. He's about to go at it. The reason why it hasn't happened is because the studios have not wanted them to go at each other. They have not wanted to because that messes up the bottom line. They don't want people choosing sides. They want everyone to listen to Kendrick, everyone listen to Drake. They don't want people to say, I'm only going to listen to Drake and not Kendrick. I'm going to listen to Kendrick, not Drake. They don't want that happening. They want everybody to listen to Drake, if anything.
In the end, it's all about money for them. Always.
The Pato Association is really going to turn. Well, here's the thing also, when people say, oh, that's fucked up, Kendrick did it. What you mean?
The motherfuckers had these allegations on him for a long. It's been big conversation multiple times.
My dear brother in Christ, you must not be online like that, because this is the new Bill Cosby. As in, people have known this for years, but no one really talked about it.
I was gonna say this is more like R. Kelly. People have known and been talking about
That's
it
fair too.
multiple times. Like this you go back and there's people talking to 2016, 2015, like for years people have talked about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, this ain't brand new information. This nigga been floating with this shit for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, Millie Bobby Brown's now of age, and this nigga was accused talking to her well before that.
She was 14. He was 25, I believe.
I mean, is she like 19, 20 now?
Okay, man. Well, okay, that makes it worse. So this nigga was in his 30s, his early 30s.
Yeah.
And he's texting a 14-year-old about what to do around boys. It's weird. Then there was that video of him kissing a 17-year-old and touching her and hugging her and saying she's thick. It's weird.
Yep. Extra weird,
It's
bro.
weird. And this is definitely one of those Pandora boxes things. Because, yes, it's been there, but Drake has been dropping so consistently and so much, it's kind of been buried under content. It's been buried under content. But now Kendrick has brought it up, so now people are doing research. They're like, well, wait a minute.
Well, you gotta remember, it's not that now
Definitely.
people can just do research, but now you can dance to it. And that puts a whole different spin on it.
That's true. Well, we'll get there. But no, you're not wrong. But yeah. So with the TikTok stuff, yeah, like it said, it's like when Hannibal Buress put Bill Cosby out there. That's when things started to stick. Like it's like with R. Kelly, it just eventually happened. With Bill Cosby, if Hannibal Buress doesn't go up there and make that joke, I don't know if Bill Cosby's getting out of here. Even though the same information was out there, even though everyone could have Google searched it, nobody did it until that went viral. And now I'm shocked at how many people didn't know this. And that just goes to show the machine. The machine is built to make sure Drake wins.
So
He wins.
So how hot of an album does Drake need to release to survive?
He would need, I don't know. Because in this day and
As long as you
age,
drop good music, the people for some reason will let you get away with bullshit.
that depends on who you are. That depends. Here's the thing. Like I said, Drake will always be okay. He'll be good. He already has enough fans. He already has enough cult followers. I'm starting to think they're a cult. This is weird.
Oh yeah, no,
This is weird.
No, there's a Drake cult out there.
Yeah, it's cultish.
There's a Glizzy Hive.
It's glizzy high. No, absolutely. It's very cultish. How they do it. But you know, Drake made a lot of concerns. Here's the deal that I have to tell people: it's a culture war. That's what this is. It's a culture war. Drake is not of the hip hop culture. He's not, and he's for the pop culture through rapping.
It's not. It's weird because it's like even in the pop culture, like it just feels so manufactured. And like I said, the things that he's done for people, which is why I agree with you saying they're cultish. For people to still try to put him in the greatest rapper conversation, it's just disgusting to me. Like, bro, you bit other people's bars.
You have ghostwriters.
And I get that other people are like, oh, well, other people have ghostwriters. Okay, whatever. Sure. Nigga, you literally went on Funkmaster Flex and rapped off a cell phone for a freestyle.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have, like, it's not even the fact that you can't freestyle. It's just the audacity in your character
Well,
to
here's
come
the
up
deal.
here and be like, yeah, I want to, even to suggest that you might be one of the best.
There's plenty of rappers who have ghostwriters, but they're also not in the conversation the best of all time. Like, that's the difference. Like Kanye.
Bro, you
like,
got to give credits on your diss tracks.
Like, for real. No, that's wild, ain't it? That's wild, ain't it?
Like, what the
And
fuck?
so, yeah, like, when it comes to that, like, but when you look at all Kendrick's, it's just Kendrick. The nigga's different. And he flipped things on him. Meet the Grams is one of the most diabolical. Listen, if I'm beefing you with you, don't talk to my son, nigga.
No.
Don't talk to my son on a diss track.
That nigga talk to everybody.
The mom and dad, whatever. My son? You keep my yo.
Nah, that nigga spoke to
Yo.
That nigga spoke to your legacy and your generation.
Yo.
He said I would speak to your active ancestors.
Yo. Oh.
And your
Yo.
legacy.
And he kicked it off with that, nigga. What?
Yeah.
What? And this was real, like, warfare. That nigga, that was real warfare. Like, he had something ready. But you notice, Kendrick dropped when he wanted to drop. That's important. Drake can only drop when the people tell him he can drop. So it's going to be on Fridays.
But not only that, when his writers get done.
That too. Kendrick dropped his first Euphoria during business hours. He dropped it during business hours.
Oh, right on YouTube too for free. Go ahead and enjoy that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
even monetizing some of these.
Another smart move he made. Took off monetization. So you know what that did? Now he is giving people a reason to diss Drake because you'll get paid for it now. So guess what all these people are doing? Yeah, we're going to watch all these videos. Yeah, we're all going to do it. Yeah, the numbers are going to run up. All of us listen to you dissing them. Because why? Because it's monetized. And so now all their fans are going to make sure to watch their shit to make sure they get paid. Smart move.
Yep.
Because Kendrick's like, I don't need the money.
This ain't that what this is about. This is not what this is about.
You said it's a fight for the culture. I mean, you fight for the. It ain't about the money.
You know what though? Mm-hmm. It's funny because sometimes, and this is a good lesson here.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you shouldn't Wolverine the situation.
Don't
jump in front of the fucking bullets.
Oh yeah.
Because you might die. You might think you're bulletproof. You might be like, I've healed every other time, but you never know when this ain't gonna be the time.
Like I said, it's a humbling experience.
Yeah.
It's very humbling. Drake thought he was Teflon, simply because while he lost to Pusha T, it didn't affect him. This one,
he had to be apparent a little more.
Yeah, but still, he went on to make better music.
He made him a dad.
He went on to make great music. He went on to still. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Team went on to make.
It doesn't matter how I feel about it. Whatever. His name is on it. And he was still breaking records. Now though, things have changed. Like, he's not used to not being number one.
The fact that Kendrick not only destroyed him lyrically, but then also broke one of his records in the process, is just fucking hilarious to me.
When I saw
people
talk
all that shit about streaming, and you broke one of his streaming records for number one.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Drake has a 360 deal. For those of you who don't know what a 360 deal, basically, let's say this man right here makes a lot of money for me. He makes a lot of money for me. But he's not going to get all of it because he has to pay for publishing. He has to pay for this. He has to pay for that. So what the 360 deal is, it's like, look, I'm going to give you $100 million. Offer it. That's yours. $100 million. However, I own you. Anything you make goes to me. Everything you make. But here's a guaranteed $100 million. Guaranteed. It's hard to say no to that.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to say no to that. Drake got one for $450 million. So, with that being said, we paid this nigga $450 million. He releases a song and it doesn't go number one. That's a problem. Our golden boy, who we just gave $450 million, has people singing that he's a pedophile. That's a problem. This is a business problem. They're fucking up the business. If y'all are seeing why these big name rappers coming out saying, hey guys, let's relax here, it's because most likely they're signed to UMG. And UMG and Drake not only makes them a lot of money, they make the other people a lot of money because they can give these people more money so they can do things based off of what Drake's pulling in. So now that's happening. Everyone's getting fucked up a little bit. You're fucking up the money now. And that's something Pusha T didn't do. He didn't fuck up the money. Kendrick fucked up the money.
If anything, he just brought more attention to Drake's name.
Exactly.
That was kind of... I mean, girls love that shit. Drake got a baby? Oh my God. I have a chance?
And then he said that line, I wasn't trying to hide the world from my kid. I was trying to hide the kid from... Whatever, nigga. What the fuck ever. Whatever. And then they're saying he might have a daughter. I have, from my old rap intel, because I used to rap with Kendrick. We did some battling. I never battled him, but we were in this battle circuit. When TDE was blowing up, J-Rock was the big guy, and Kendrick was the battle rapper in the group. So he's always been the competitive, I'm better than all you niggas. That's always been his vibe. And so I'm still cool with a lot of them. So apparently the daughter is real.
Why wouldn't it be?
But, well, a lot of people are saying it isn't. But no, apparently she's real.
Because of his not-on record?
The no.
That was like one big long, and I'm not going to play with you anymore.
Now, let's talk about it. Do you know why that song was made? Money is being lost.
Oh, yeah.
Drake, end this.
He had to bow out.
End it right now. Do a song. First of all, making up some shit saying, yeah, we planted that information. You have to say this. You have to get on the mic and say that it's all fake.
The best set is how, you can tell your ghostwriters didn't talk to each other when they wrote that. Because basically you start out talking shit about, whoever is leaking you the information is basically a chump. I forget what he said, but basically talk shit.
He said
about
a
clown or something like that. Then you admitted later that you leaked the information.
And then he said like the worst lines. He said,
What?
He said, if I was a pedophile, I swear I'd be arrested. My name is too big to be one. I'm like, does he pay attention? I was like, what?
That's not how that works.
That's not how it works at all. And then he says in the song, he talks about Mother I Sober, which is a beautiful song, where, you know, Kendrick talks about. Let me say something. People didn't like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. The reason why I say it's gonna age like wine is because there are certain hip hop albums that are for grown men. There's some grown men hip hop albums that young niggas are not gonna fuck with. You're like, what? Yeah. But like real albums like Jay-Z's 444, Kendrick's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. It's grown man shit. Not I'm the shit, fuck all you niggas, I'm about, look at all my swag. It's grown man shit airing out shit that us grown men really go through. About being a father, about fucking up, doing things about our wives that we wish we didn't do. And he talked about how his mother was raped by her family members, but he said, I was not raped. Then Drake gets on there and says, oh yeah, I see what happened. That's why you keep going this route, because you were molested. Two things, Drake. Number one, that's not what he said. So you look stupid there. Number two, you know, if someone was confusing, saying that I was a pedophile, I probably would have bounced back with, well, you were touched as a kid. It's probably not the best.
Even better yet, I can see that you were touched as a kid.
Like I'm like
that's the feeling I get because I'm a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, like MTS said, that was more of a press release. It really was. It was big, and then him saying, "All right, you got this burnt out, man." I was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, dude, you were the one telling him to come outside. Yeah. You were the one saying, "Where you drop it, Kendrick? Where you drop it?" Then that nigga dropped. And
then he kept dropping.
And then he kept dropping.
And you couldn't. I mean, that's the thing, bro. I mean, you couldn't keep up. And now we got BBO, Drizzy. That shit
everywhere. Everywhere.
Shit, because it's too catchy.
Metro, shut your hoe ass up and make some drums. And Metro said, say less. Say less. Got you. Got you. Here are my drums.
God damn.
That shit, that would be my new tag. Metro said, make some drums, nigga.
Make some drums.
Make some drums, nigga. Like, this nigga Drake got niggas doing mariachi bands to dissing him. This is bad for UMG. This is not good. We paid this nigga $450 million. We can't have niggas dissing him in Bollywood. We can't have line dancers dissing this nigga. This is the problem.
Bruh.
This is an issue.
Yeah, I mean, once they started, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I really like Euphoria. I thought 616 was good. Meet the Ground was just cold. But when I heard Not Like Us, bro, and I was like,
so that's another thing that we can move on from here. Drake doesn't have a culture. When it comes to hip hop, there's a culture thing. There's West Coast. There's a sound. There's West Coast sound. There's a Southern sound, like an Atlanta sound. There's a Memphis sound. Mm-hmm. There is a New York sound.
Chicago sound.
There's a Chicago sound.
Chi-town real.
Hip hop has always been geographical.
Yes.
It's always been geographical. Yep. What is Drake's sound?
Manufactured. Outdoor.
It's whatever's cracking at the time. Yeah. It's whatever is cracking.
Yeah, and that's why I've always said, like, he just feels like a very manufactured artist. Mm-hmm. And don't get me wrong, I've always said, like, if you guys want to have the, you know, he's one of the best entertainer conversations, cool.
Sweet.
That's fine.
Fantastic.
Don't start telling me, and this is the one I hate the most, don't start telling me that he's close to Michael Jackson. All right? Michael Jackson literally had pre-ordered ambulances at his concerts because grown-ass niggas would faint before he even touched the fucking stage. Like, it's not the same. But I will say, of this generation, he is arguably one of the best entertainers. He's able to get a crowd and things of that nature. Drake?
Drake is not an entertainer.
No, he's an entertainer because he's not a rapper. I don't even really consider him a pop star because he's trying to be a rapper. And like you said, what he's doing is he's basically copying everybody else.
Yeah.
And then doing it for himself. He's literally up there acting entertaining. He's saying, look, what do the people want to entertain them? And I will be doing exactly that. I don't have my own style. I don't have my own, like, I'm not tied to any specific culture.
I'm not.
I'm Degrassi.
I'm not.
This is the culture that I'm tied to.
I'm not tied to stuff. That's why I can rap. I do songs in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's why I go to Britain and I rap in the British drill style. Like, you just do whatever's popular. And whatever, okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But you're also a culture vulture. Literally, I didn't know.
The truest definition of a culture vulture.
I didn't know that he was like buying hip hop heirlooms and keeping them like in a museum. Like what? Like he bought Tupac's ring. He bought all of Pharrell's. That's another thing. You should have never went at Pharrell. That was a mistake. Pharrell is too beloved.
Yeah. I don't think
he's too beloved.
Pharrell seems like the kind of cat who doesn't have any enemies at all.
He's too beloved.
He doesn't seem like he has any enemies at all. And that motherfucker's worked with way too many people.
Yeah, you're gonna lose that one. Pharrell has had people feed their families off of tracks that he made for them. Like people devote their lives to that man. So for you to diss him, not good luck, bro. And people are like, wait a minute, this nigga Canadian, like, talking all this shit. Since when did we allow this to happen? Since when did we allow Canadian niggas?
What's this about?
Yeah, that's why I'm glad Kendrick said that. He's like, I'd rather do that than let a Canadian nigga make pop turn. Like, you Canadian fuck? Who the fuck are you? Khalees would jump for her on a heartbeat. Khalees is his only beef. Drake can do a song with Khalees. Khalees is the only person that really hates Pharrell. But anyways, enough of that. We have some conversations to talk. We have a Galactus.
Yeah, I heard about
that. Kind of.
I heard about that.
Kind of.
You think he's gonna Christian Bale the role and put on the mask?
What you mean? Listen. Here's my thoughts.
I mean, because if my Galactus ain't 40 feet and eating planets, I mean, is he really Galactus?
Is that woke? Is it being woke because they didn't actually get an actual space god being? It is. Is it woke?
It is. It is. You know, look. I think that pre-universal, eternity modified beings deserve representation.
I agree. They deserve representation just like we do.
I mean,
just like we do.
Eating planets is hard work. I'm sure he can use some side work as an actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure he wants to represent his people. I'm sure the devourer of worlds would have something to say about the way he's portrayed in comics.
I can agree. I think that this is my thoughts, and I'm hoping to be wrong about it. I don't think that he's gonna be in a suit. I think that they're gonna CGI him, and he's gonna voice him. Have you heard that nigga's voice?
They're probably gonna do like Thanos, so like they did with Josh Brolin. Where it's like we're just gonna motion capture.
Have you heard his voice?
I don't think so. No.
If you heard his voice, you'd be like, okay. Matter of fact, see if you can pull up. His name is Ralph Fiennes. I was like, the name sounds familiar. He does a lot of video game voiceovers.
Ralph
Fiennes, F-I. There you go. I mean, Henderson. My bad.
Oh, yeah.
My bad. I don't know why Fiennes. Yeah, it's with an I. I don't know why I said Fiennes.
I was like, that nigga. I know this nigga. He looked familiar.
Yeah, like if you see him, like where can we see like?
Talk? All right, videos.
Yeah. See if there's like an interview with him. I think he'll be like the Celestials and Eternals. Listen to this nigga's voice.
Alright, let's see if
like you'll be like, holy shit, dude.
as a lot of men do, sometimes toxically, but they take the piss out of each other. And they push each other on.
Don't he sound like he could be just a giant
by insulting each other and doing each other down, and that's a very specifically male thing, which can be very
I would
toxic.
hate for a
It can also be
giant
something
world
very
devourer
beautiful.
coming
All
up to me
right.
and telling me about the Eat Me in British.
Never
Yeah.
best.
In the Queen's language?
And I think that's the thing with Clive
In
himself.
the Queen's Inn.
And
Talk about
the
proper
Queen's
shit too.
Sid absolutely loves and worships Clive and wants to help
I think
him
it'll be
fulfill
like,
his destiny.
yeah.
But to get him to do that, occasionally he's got to.
Like, can you imagine him saying, "I hear the
Tony he's a little bit of an idiot," and
I'm here
get
to
your head
go.
out your ass and get on with it.
Like his
Surfer to me.
yeah, to me, my surfer. Like
I got the power cosmic, bitch.
they also hired John Malkovich.
To play John Malkovich.
I think he's gonna be Willie Lumpkin.
You think Willie Lumpkin, huh? You don't think
Willie
that's
Lumpkin
faster?
is important. Willie Lumpkin is like oh my god, he's like Jarvis. Even though they didn't even do Jarvis in the MCU.
The sad part is that if he didn't pass and we didn't lose him, Lumpkin would be Stan.
Oh yeah, well he was. Wasn't he stand in the Fox
yep.
ones?
Mhm.
Yeah. He's
So I'm gonna
practically.
get it back.
He's for those who don't know, Willie Lumpkin is the Fantastic Four's mailman, and he's basically like the Alfred of the group. Like he's like, he handles things. He talks to everyone, makes sure everyone's good. You know, he's like the basic human in the group. I think that he's going to be there. Stingray from Cobra Kai, he got hired. I thought that maybe he was going to be Herbie, but I'm hearing he's going to be Mole Man.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm kind of happy for because I'm like, we can't just do a whole movie about. I mean, we could with
About what?
Surfer and
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could, but
You could do a lot, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I mean, especially if you do the original one, and the original one was a multi-part comic. I mean,
True.
because you got where's Uatu at? Oh, what if Malkovich is Uatu?
he would have to be CGI. We got Mole Man too. Apparently,
yeah. I mean, how else are you gonna do Uatu? You know any big-headed any white people with that big of a head?
that's true. But you know what else someone said he would be, and I'm like, okay, that would be good. They said he'd be Puppet Master.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, hold up.
Puppet Master's the easy one.
Yeah, that would be
That makes the
almost
most
too on point. Like, I would have no arguments. Like, Puppet okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But that would depend. I mean, how many villains are we gonna get in one Fantastic Four movie?
Well, considering the fact that they're probably not going to make 9 or 10 of them,
What movies?
yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, Fantastic Four is a great road gallery who have worked together before. So I can see, like, each one they can do that one. They can do Diablo, another one, so on and so forth. What other? I mean, it's going to be hard to do Fantastic Four sequels. I mean, and then we have to do Doom. We have to do Doom, so...
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Doom could be part of a bigger play as well, but Doom has to be in a Fantastic Four movie.
Of course.
Do you think we're gonna get Doom in this universe, or is Doom gonna be a play from another universe?
That is a great question. Well, it would have to be Doom from that dimension.
I mean, would it?
Yeah, because they grew up together.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, we don't know where they are in their timeline. Like, could Doom?
Apparently,
not-
he's older.
Yeah, he's old. That's what I'm saying. Is Doom the same problem as Doom might be in another universe? Or do you think we're going to get more than one Fantastic Four? Or do you think this is going to be our Fantastic Four throughout?
No, this is going to be our Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
This will be our Fantastic Four.
All right. So it should be their Doom.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I just don't know how they're going to merge
It's going to
everything.
be interesting.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, I mean, multiple villains in one movie
Mm-hmm.
tells me that they definitely are. Like you said, we already know they're older, so they've already got to be established. So we're not seeing an origin movie, I imagine. You know what I mean? At least I hope we're not seeing an origin movie at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even think we're getting the origin. I think we're just kicking it off.
That's what I think.
We already, for the most part, know what time it is.
I think that and the X-Men,
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just going to kick it off. I don't think we're going to get that heavy.
We definitely don't name one for X-Men. I mean, the whole concept and point of X-Men is to not do origins. That is the point.
Well,
That is the
well,
point.
They already have an origin. They were born.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There is no origin. Just niggas is here. these dudes. I think Doom will help in Secret Wars. Yeah, help. Yeah, he'll help, all right.
I mean, Doom doesn't help. He solves the problem.
This is true. This is
Let's
facts.
be real.
This is facts.
Everybody else
This
lost.
is facts.
The heroes ran.
This is facts.
Doom stepped to the problem.
If you look at the cast, they are cooking with the Fantastic Four cast. Someone brought to my attention, they were like, there's way too many white people there. I had to raise my hand. And I said, you know what? when I think of representation in this comic space, I do not think Fantastic Four. Like, if they bust out with white people all for Fantastic Four, I'd be like, okay. Like, that wouldn't bother me. Like, I did that. Like, on other things, like X-Men, yeah. Avengers, yeah. So on and so forth, yeah. Fantastic Four,
Especially because, like, the Fantastic Four, like, these other teams, in my opinion, all feel like they come together from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Different areas and
Yeah.
stuff. So them being a little more diverse makes sense. Like, this is a family. Like, literally, a husband and wife, brother, and a best friend. Like, it doesn't have to be the most diverse group in the world. It's kind of like Friends. You're like, okay, I guess you don't need one of them to, like, you don't need to change out, like, Matt LeBlanc for, like, the random funny black guy. Like, if Chris Tucker came from Matt LeBlanc, yeah, it could be funny.
Yeah.
But at the very same time, I don't need that.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, I get it. This is, it's not that bad. Just like I would have needed them to put some random white person on Living Single. You know what I mean?
I mean, no, bro.
Like, keep it 100. Like, some things are okay.
I'm sure Marvel thought about that too, though, making that for diverse. Well, technically Pedro, but he's like, oh, I mean, does he count? I would say yes, but from what I'm being told, a lot of people are saying he doesn't really count
What?
as diversity.
Pedro Pascal?
Yes, because they said that he's white passing.
Okay, what does that have to do with?
Listen, what are you telling me for? 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 Don't tell me this. Don't tell me this.
Hey, look, we can't. I'm telling people, we can't get ahead if we just continue to push for colorism. All right.
I mean, I go back to what John Leguizamo said. For some reason, he was very upset at the Super Mario movie. Why does John Leguizamo feel like he is entitled to have an opinion about the fucking cartoon? Why? Because you played him 30 fucking years ago? It's not how this works.
And the best part is, you didn't play Mario, bro.
Yeah, he played Luigi.
You were player 2.
You were number 2. If it's taking place in the 60s, then there's at least a storyline. Let me tell you right now, MTF, are you ready? It's not taking place in the 60s. I think that's all I can say for now.
50s.
It does not take place in the 60s.
50s.
All I'm going to say right now, it does not take place in the 60s.
1890s.
Think? Okay, no, let me break.
Wolverine's birthday.
When was Wolverine born? 1700s?
No, 18.
1800s?
Like 1880s or 1890s.
Okay. Think the Jetsons. I'll leave it there.
And his boy Elroy. Jane.
Darling Judy? Darling Judy?
Yep. Oh, yeah. Rosie the maid.
Think Herbie is Rosie?
Herbie is Rosie.
I mean, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, when within the Fantastic Four movie, think the Jetsons, the live action movie. I can't say too much.
Oh, no, 1832. Shit.
Wolverine was born?
Yeah, it says Wolverine was born 1832.
Nice. Nice. So yeah, the Jetsons also notoriously known for not having black people around.
Well, I mean, it was the future. They kind of did away with that.
Yeah, they didn't think we would last that long.
The best part is that technically there would have been more brown people because y'all niggas moved up above the clouds. Thus, you would have had more sex.
We're going up there.
You know what's wild though?
What?
George Jetson was born either this year or last year.
Didn't the Jetsons take place in like 2020 or something?
Oh no! It's like 40 years from now.
In the future?
Yeah, George. That's what I said. George Jetson was born either this year or last year because they have his driver's license.
Huh?
Hold on.
Niggas got replaced by robots. Pretty much. There also weren't no black people at Bedrock, nigga. What the fuck? Like, there were no black. Oh, we can't even be Cro-Magnons, nigga. We can't even be cavemen.
Bro, the worst part is, also most of the motherfuckers would have been brown skinned. Like, y'all realize
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, 2020. He was born in July
2022.
2022.
Oh God,
That's when he was born.
Oh Jesus.
So technically, about 30, 40 years from now is when Jetsons will take place.
We'll have flying cars and living in the sky.
So
Yeah,
it's wild.
I'll leave it there.
Yeah, all those futures were drawn with the whole segregation thing took place. The niggas was on the ground. They moved white people was up above the clouds.
Above the
Niggas was on
clouds.
planet.
No, they kept us on the ground. They kept us on. They gave us our 40 acres of the mule.
Y'all can have all the pollution.
Yeah. They just destroyed. They go above the clouds like in fucking Matrix. Like living at the clouds. And we up here.
We fucked it up.
The theory that the Jetsons are the advanced species that live in the air. People were on the bottom, aka the Flint. I remember that. I remember when they had like the Jetsons Flintstones thing. Jetsons versus the deluxe apartment in the sky. Deluxe apartment.
Deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up.
I'll leave it there. It does not take place in the 60s. But it's highly influenced by it, and there's a reason for that, and we'll leave it there. But
that makes sense.
Yeah. Did you see the first picture of Superman?
Yes.
Can you pull it up for everybody, for those who haven't seen it? Did Gunn release this too early?
Did he? I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No. I think it was tactically released.
What makes you think it was tactically?
You need the conversation to keep going. X-Men's getting a lot of talk right now. I think a lot of things that Marvel's going, and DC doesn't have anything on the slate anytime like really soon. Mm-hmm. And you have Wolverine, Deadpool coming out. Like the DC needs to stay in the conversation.
Is it in the conversation?
Right now, people's been talking about it.
Not on the level of X-Men.
Not on the level. No, not on the level. I'm just saying it needs to be. People need to talk about it a little bit. I'm not saying it's on the level.
I got you.
Oh, no.
You saying OVO?
No.
See, that's another thing, Thor. Yeah, like, our number one guy got the world screaming OVO. This is a problem. This is an issue.
Stab this way. Stab. I mean, not just that, but shouting in the club is an anthem.
That's true. Instead of us getting toilets for leaks, poor McDonald's. Do you know that McDonald's currently has a Brave New World Captain America toys?
Really?
As of right now. Yes, because it was supposed to come out right now.
Oh.
Like we said, the merch game don't stop.
Yeah.
The merch train don't stop, bro. We got a schedule. Your schedule don't fuck up ours.
It's true.
BBL jersey goes hard. So here's a picture of Superman's first release. I don't think I would have went this route with my first reveal.
These boots weren't made for walking.
I get where he was going with this, but Superman already has the thing that he does at moments like this, where he rips his shirt open and shows the S underneath. That is worldly known that Superman does that. What a perfect way to reveal him. Or show him like flying, which you can see the whole suit. Something like that. Instead, we got this nigga.
I feel that's a trailer moment, though.
A trailer moment?
This is a trailer moment. That's a first trailer moment. Yeah. It's not a just picture moment.
Okay.
It's not a just picture moment. Okay. I feel it's the first trailer. Not only that, but also like this isn't that moment where he's getting ready. Dude's already got burns and battle scars, bro. Like this is.
Then why is he in the house chilling, putting
gotta change clothes. You gotta change boots.
You gotta change boots. Also, I hate the lines on it. I think that is extremely unnecessary, but I like. Other than that, I like it. I like the suit. I think he looks I think he looks alright. Doesn't make me go, oh shit, son, oh fucking shit.
I think it looks alright, but I do think it's probably gonna get some adjustments. I think that he's doing something that Zack Snyder kind of does in the terms of let's go ahead and just take public opinion and then see what I do next time, because there's the director's cut, but instead doing it prior to the movie, like let's put the feeler out, see how this feels, and then kind of if we need to adjust, we can potentially adjust from there. Because like I said, I don't think it started filming it, right?
I know they haven't started filming.
Yeah, they haven't started filming. They're still doing.
Yeah.
If it gets negative enough feedback, yeah, you just put it back, because I'm sure they're probably sitting at the studio and he's like, look, people will buy it. Oh, maybe people won't. All right, let's put it out there. We do a little leak. This obviously isn't final. They just put enough in the back. I mean, even the background is like, bleh. Like this obviously.
Once again, that's
like,
another
this
thing.
is literally just for people to get feedback.
I guess
on the outfit.
Like if I'm debuting Superman, I'm not debuting him and with a dark sky behind me, behind him. That's just not how. That's why I was just like, oh, that's an interesting take. But Gunn said that he wants to do something completely different than what he's usually doing. So I'm hoping that I trust him. I think there's going to be like what he said. Why he looked like he just got done with a one night. That's what I'm saying. Like it looks like he about to do that walk of shame. Like
The fly of shame. Yeah, hey, look, Lois, I'm gonna have to go. Brainiac City.
I'll call you.
You see it outside, right?
I'll call you.
See it outside.
Yeah, I gotta
right?
go.
Let me just get these boots on.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but it looks good. I think it looks great. He has the red trunks, awesome. The collar is interesting. That's like new 52 version.
Yeah, but with the classic S, like I don't know, it feels interesting. I'm curious to see how it moves.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the biggest parts for me about Superman is like, well, do you make him feel super when he's moving around? Like, how does he interact with the world around him? Like, I think that, you have a great opportunity.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. I've always agreed with starting with Superman.
With Superman in the DC universe?
Yeah. I think starting with Superman is solid because Superman sets up.
They've always started with Superman, though.
Yeah, I mean, Superman got the first set of movies.
Yeah.
And then they kind of turned off Superman a little bit.
They went to
Batman.
Because
Batman, I think, feels like Batman's kind of X-Men-ish, where it's like he can just kind of do his own thing.
That's true.
And he doesn't need to interact with anybody else.
That's true.
Like, his team-ups often make him have to do stupid shit that doesn't align with the character. Like him being on the Justice League. Well, now he ends up having to come across people like Darkseid and shit like that, where you're like, it doesn't make any sense that you're even fucking here. Like, you should land on Apocalypse and die. Like, let's be real, bro. I don't know if is the gravity there just that similar to Earth? Like, most of these people should have super strength and all kind of other shit, and you're running around like, I did CrossFit. No, bro, that's not.
Nah, it's in it.
It just doesn't make sense. Where it's like, oh yeah, Gotham. Like, yeah, most of your your super villains even are generally people who don't have real like heavy superpowers.
This is true.
Like Poison Ivy is generally the biggest problem, and yeah, normally those fights end up you talking her down.
But hey, leave us alone.
Yeah,
Thank you,
Mr.
Thor,
Freeze
by the way.
is-
Thank you, Thor. Appreciate you, bro. Trying to be like you.
There you go.
Thor lost a lot of weight, too. Shout out to him. He still calls himself Fat Thor.
Shut up.
I don't know why. But, I mean, that's his name, I guess. I kind of see it like Rick Ross. I love how everyone keeps calling Rick Ross fat. That man has not been fat for like 3-4 years. And niggas is still like, yeah, he's fat. It's like, what?
It's like, sure, yeah.
60-40, I can see that. I can see, knowing Gunn, I feel like we're going to get more Clark than Kal. Not by much. But I feel like we're going to get more Clark than Kal.
I don't know, I feel the opposite.
Okay.
I feel like Gunn likes to do action.
He does.
I feel like he likes the idea of superpowers, and not only that, but I feel like one of the reasons for starting with Superman is to do more of the actual hero than you do the other one. Because even when you like start with Batman, like, well, Batman, even as Batman, still a regular dude.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like,
It's true.
Clark is the alien.
Wait, is he a regular dude?
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah.
Fuck off.
Rich.
No.
Rich.
No.
He's human.
No.
Can I stab him?
No. You can stab Wonder Woman.
Okay. is he superhuman? Is he a metahuman? Is Batman a metahuman? Is Batman supposed to have powers? Or does he get his fade run every 2 weeks by a clown and with the best problem?
He does get a fade run a lot.
Or a short penguin nigga that
These niggas with an umbrella. These niggas are really trying to convince me that this nigga just knows 50 styles.
No, 250.
Oh, excuse me.
They say this is the best part is he's mastered 250.
Don't do this.
You don't
Let's don't
do
do what? Don't do what? I'm tired of this nigga. I'm tired of this nigga Batman. I'm tired of this nigga being able to do everything and no one questions it. This nigga does not get
The
sleep.
best part is he doesn't even do like bat things. Like if he was bit by a radioactive bat or something, like at least Morbius was bit by a bat.
I love that. So it's Morbius Batman?
Morbius is more Batman than Batman.
Hey! I love how it should have ended when they did the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, they always talk to Superman and Batman at the end. And Drake.
BBL Drizzy?
BBL Drax.
BBL Drax.
Drax was talking to Batman, and he was like, "What are you wearing?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm Batman. I'm dressed like a bat." And Drax is like, "Why?" He was like, "Because I scare people. I put fear in the heart of man." And Drax is like, "Bats are scary?" He was like, Batman's like, "Bats are totally scary." He was like, "Bats are little tiny mammals."
Small rodents with wings.
It's like the small things with wings. And Batman just kept saying, "They're scary. They're totally scary."
When I was 8, they were terrifying.
That's pretty much his voice, too. That's pretty much his voice. But no, that was hella funny. Batman's superpower is branding and okay, all right, I'll take that.
I'm the best branding.
They said it themselves. What's your superpower? I'm rich.
I'm rich, nigga.
You seen
I'm
those?
so rich. I got Action Comics changed to DC Comics.
You seen those 5-6 foot bats in Australia? So let me tell you about Joe Creed. Joe Creed is one of my best friends. He is a music. We met during when I was doing music, and he's about to get on a plane to Australia.
Oh,
And he's been bitching and moaning. Oh, I'm gonna be on this plane for 16 hours. Yeah. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh, you poor baby.
what's the longest flight you took?
Straight red eye to Japan.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you have. That's the flight suck, nigga.
What the fuck? So I mean,
Wait, hold on. Is he in first class?
no one he's probably not the first class.
Oh, bro, if you ain't in first class, yeah, it's gonna suck. Yeah,
It's an 18-hour flight. Nigga, get your ass in there. Take an Ambien or a Xan.
Take multiple.
Yeah, and just sleep the whole fucking time. Easy.
Bro, that's the thing I hate about flying to Japan is like you fall asleep and you wake up and you still on a fucking plane and you barely like halfway there, bro. Like I'd be out, like I'd be lit.
Take a Xans. Take a Xans. Put on a movie. They probably got mad movies.
Yeah, you can
hella
watch like
amenities.
18-hour flights, 2-hour movies. Yeah, you know how many movies? That's like 9 movies.
27 racks for the first.
Whoa.
You think you get a PJ for that?
Whoa. 27? Nigga.
Yeah, what you got that? You got that?
No, ain't nobody got it. Bro,
I ain't trying to get this show to that badly.
What are they doing? Yeah, what are they doing up there in that first class? Nigga?
Oh shit. It's much more believable for it to be public knowledge that Wayne Enterprises is funded. Is it?
You know, and I've said this for a long time though.
Oh, here we go.
This is the kind of the problem is that Wayne Enterprises is the biggest problem in Gotham.
Oh god. You know what?
It is.
I need a hardcore
bro.
Batman fan to come on the show one time to debate this nigga.
No. Well,
To debate him.
What are you gonna debate? It's simple. All right, well, hold up.
Uh-huh.
You do auditing, right?
Yes.
What happens when there's lost funds?
Yeah. We have to investigate. We have to investigate.
You have to investigate it.
That
right?
is literally. Hold on. That is literally my job. That is literally my job. They have to send me general ledgers with everything because I work for EDD. So basically, a lot of nonprofits who are there to like help people like get jobs and shit. They, we fund them through different programs. So when it's time for me to audit somebody, I have to ask them, what did you guys charge to this ledger? And they give me a fat list. They send it to me in an email. I have to choose certain numbers. I have to choose certain ones. And I say, okay, I need all the information from these ones I selected. And they have to tell me where that money went to. And sometimes they can't explain it.
Now imagine.
But wait, did Bruce own the auditors? Who's auditing him?
Internal companies, because remember, Bruce is on a board of Wayne Enterprises.
That's true.
He ain't the only one they have to answer to. And guess what Bruce doesn't do? Shit on the board.
He sleeps at the meetings.
Yeah, when he goes. That's one of the big problems that, like, if it was something where it's like he had all his own, like, and this is where I think that they could fix the problem, is that if he had all his own people, like Dick or even Alfred, like old Batman from Africa, like, if his people were Jean-Pierre even, fuck it. Like, if his people were on the board of Wayne Enterprises, making sure that things were on the up and up, it would be a different story. But in reality, they're not. It's generally criminals. Like, they have so many stories where motherfuckers is abusing the funds of Wayne Enterprises. On top of him. Like, think about it. Okay, let's say, as an auditor, let's say you go down and you're like, oh, hey, look, agriculture group, you asked us, you had $1 billion last year, $1 billion, and technology stolen that you guys accounted for. Like, you guys are telling me that this shit's missing, right? People are losing their jobs over that, because guess what? Part of that $1 billion is us paying motherfuckers. Like, we gotta rebuy that shit. That's $1 billion. That shit happen all the time. And when Wayne go down there and jack his own shit all the time, and guess what? It's his overall company, so it's not like he's putting money back into it, because then that means he'd have to generate $1 billion. And guess what? That $1 billion he generates is automatically included in that revenue. So that's still a loss.
That's true.
In the long run, everything he steals is still a loss for the company. So every time he does that, people have to be losing their jobs.
This is true.
This nigga is literally creating the henchman environment for the supervillains. You think niggas want to go work for Joker? Hell no, they don't want to go work for Joker. They ain't got no job. You got to put food on the table.
I mean,
apparently
the goon business is booming.
They got dental.
Books. Let's say they got dental and vision?
No.
Oh, no vision?
Dental, and bone setting. It's all covered because Batman busts out your teeth and break your collarbone.
I swear I've seen Batman just straight throw a batarang in a nigga's eye.
Bro, Batman be hitting niggas right in the back of their head with the batarang, bro. You can't tell me that nigga ain't caused people their vision, the brain damage.
He's definitely
brain damage.
There are a bunch of Antonio Browns walking around Gotham
because
of Batman.
That motherfucker ain't chucking the batarangs lately. That motherfucker. And them batarangs be like making actual villains who have high levels of durability be like, so you know they fucking up regular humans.
No. You know who else is a murderer? I don't care what anyone says. Captain America is murdering these niggas.
Oh, well, Captain America used to walk around with the blinky.
Here, this thing.
That's a soldier at war.
This nigga is throwing a giant, a contraption made out of possibly adamantium.
Adamantium and vibranium combined.
In a nigga's head.
The one that anytime he misses, literally goes at least a foot deep into concrete.
That's what exactly he do. He's throwing it and it's going into walls.
Concrete walls, like not even just like regular, like it was just some like some insulation and like a regular like some sheetrock. Nah, they're talking about concrete. This shit gotta motherfuckers be sitting there trying to pull that shit out.
Like this nigga is throwing that shit. It is hitting niggas in the head. He's definitely broken a neck or two.
Oh yeah, bouncing and just
there are people who are not able to walk again.
Like it's funny because you talk to people in the medical field. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever done like first aid training or CPR stuff, but they'll tell you, like, when you see people get knocked out in movies and they just be out for hours and they get up and it's all right, that is wrong.
Yeah.
Like, if you are down for more than 30 seconds, there are high possibilities of extreme brain damage, trauma, like vital systems that could be damaged and ruined. Like, people don't literally just go completely out for that long.
That's true.
Without something being extremely wrong.
That's true. That's true. No, you're absolutely
Hey,
right.
these motherfuckers be sleep.
100%. I was rewatching Winter Soldier, and that beginning, man, he's fucking taking these niggas' heads off. Jesus, like you throwing them fucking shields so fucking hard, like
Oh yeah.
it's hardcore. But he's mostly doing it to Nazis, so it's all good. Yeah.
Well, except for the fact that he's been in the present time for I don't know how many years, and done it to plenty of niggas on the street, as well as Nazis.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's wild. I mean, there's a lot of characters. Spider-Man. I know that people like he'd be pulling his punches, but let's be real.
I mean, how much can you pull your punch, really?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like how can you like really pull your punch that much?
Let's be real. And the nigga grabbing somebody, slinging them to somebody else. That shit. I don't know. I'm human, so I know that you can trip, fall, and be real fucking hurt from that.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Let alone being tossed around a building in the
100%.
cars,
I agree.
being swung around at high speeds for no reason. And like he said, like little titanium laced batarangs with razor sharp edges that also stick in the walls and shit. These niggas is
Absolutely.
doing so much damage to the
Absolutely.
civilian population. It's insane.
What was I gonna bring up? Did you watch X-Men this week?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Um,
Before I really get started, I want to congratulate Disney and thank them for finally showing my boy Nightcrawler some love. The Nightcrawler hype has increased as of lately.
fair.
Has increased as of lately because Nightcrawler just pulled up and just completely stole the show. Gambit died. The Nightcrawler's like, that's cool. I got 3 swords, nigga. We're good. And I can teleport everybody. That nigga Cyclops is like, yeah, and then Nightcrawler's gonna teleport us all to Mirror Island. And then Cyclops is like, god damn, nigga. Nightcrawler's like, shit. And showing Jean can do more than faint. Yes. Went from adamantium to subtractamentum. Yo.
And bro, you know, I kind of like that moment that they kept it silent too.
But when he took the adamantium out?
Yeah, like how they paused because that's a thing from the book.
Yeah.
He doesn't even scream.
Yeah.
Doesn't have time to.
Yeah. Nah. Because he does it. Because what people got to understand that when Magneto does things, he does it like he's not going to do it slow. So when he abstracted the adamantium out the steel, it just pulled right out of him. It didn't come out slowly. It just
Well, not only that, but I think a lot of people don't understand because I saw a lot of people already talking about how like fucked up it was. Like, how can Magneto do that? Like, oh,
Easily.
You gotta understand. This is a mercy. Magneto could have just as easily pulled Wolverine completely apart, adamantium taken care of. Magneto could have changed all the adamantium to actually cover up his eye sockets. He could have fused all his bones together so Wolverine can never move again.
He could have
Like,
just catapulted that nigga into space.
Magneto has all the... Oh, Magneto could have just bit his claws around his hands. So he can't even do anything with his claws.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. What if he fused all his joints together? Fused the adamantium with his joints together? Or what if he pulled it all up and just put it around his head?
Yeah. Or
Like-
just yeet that nigga into space. Like,
Yeah.
you're done. And none of you can go get him.
In parts.
Yeah.
He could have just pulled every part of this nigga out and just tossed that nigga
He's
out.
lucky that's all he did. Like, in all honesty, he's lucky that's all he
Because
did.
what a lot of people don't understand is Magneto's not doing this because he's super villain. Magneto's doing this for you. Even those like Wolverine who are lost and don't understand that Magneto's doing it for you.
Mm-hmm.
So Magneto gave that nigga mercy.
Yeah.
And not only that, but it was actually like a very kind one. Because Magneto freed him of the human, the human changes that were laid upon him.
Mm-hmm.
And let him be a full mutant again.
and let him be a full mutant
They're
again.
no longer tainted by the human effects of indoctrination and slavery.
I'm fucking weak.
What? He did. He
I mean,
did
you're
that
not
for
wrong. No,
Wolverine.
you're not wrong.
I mean, let's be real. We read the comic, bro. This is when Wolverine's healing factor is fully realized. Wolverine gets to see what he would have been without human intervention.
This is true. You're not wrong.
You know?
You're not wrong at all.
Feral little puppy. Wild child.
So yeah, that was a mercy. And like MTF said, he literally was just stabbed, and so yeah, or metal radiation. That has happened before, where people have tainted the actual metal that's inside of him, and like it started like eating his insides. Like
it eats his insides already. Like that's the whole thing is you can't have foreign metals inside your body. It's literally there's called metal poison. It's actually one of the slow ways that people found out people were killing people over the years is depositing like different metals into their food. Just small amounts of trace
Small
metals
amounts.
and things of that nature because the body can't digest them. And then the body basically ends up trying to, as it slowly decompose over time, like coppers and things of that nature, your body ends up releasing that kind of stuff with the acids and you die slowly. Basically, it just poisons you over time.
this is true.
It's crazy. And Wolverine's constantly fighting against that. It actually, this is kind of the part of Logan where the adamantium slowed his healing factor, so he was at the point where he was dying.
Right.
Much younger than he would have if
Yeah.
he didn't have it.
Tells Magneto PR department is working overtime. I
Hey,
mean,
well,
does
Magneto's
Magneto
not wrong.
need PR?
I mean, Magneto wasn't wrong. Let's keep it 100. It is literally a fight for their species.
The humans have
And-
consistently shown that they want them wiped off the planet to the point where they create giant robots.
Well, not only that, let's be real. Humans have always been the problem. Because
Yeah.
even before Magneto was a mutant, you remember the motherfucker was in the Holocaust.
Yeah,
Like, he's seen humanity go against humanity.
yeah.
Humanity is, in his opinion, yeah, y'all ain't shit. Mm-hmm. Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't shit to each other.
Uh-huh.
Y'all ain't shit to us.
Yeah.
Y'all just plain flat out ain't shit.
Do we
All-
get Onslaught next?
Ooh, I
Because if
think-
you're going by the story,
Oh.
after the adamantium was ripped out, like the next huge story was Onslaught.
I mean, and they said you finally had the courage to do what needs to be done. So I mean, they called out the change in behavior, what lets the infection begin.
The infection.
Well, basically the idea, the what's it called, the onslaught persona.
Oh, yes. Y'all say the humans, like, everybody's a monolith.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is in that world.
This is gonna, okay. That's gonna go, I don't want to say it's gonna go left, but that's a, oh, shit. All humans, all genes matter? Is that what it is?
All genes matter.
Are we all genes mattering this, MTF? Is that what we're doing? Beast?
Hey, let's keep
Hank
it.
McCoy?
Let's keep it 100. I mean, if I was in the comic world, I didn't have no X gene or no extra superpowers. I could get none.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't afford like a Tony Stark Iron Man suit. Oh hell yeah, mutants are a fucking problem.
Yeah.
What the fuck you talking about,
Yeah.
bro? That shit. I mean, can you imagine having to grow up in a world where you are literally and just? I mean, it'd be like growing up around giants.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what happened? It's Attack on Titan on this bitch.
Yeah,
nigga.
at any moment. Like I said, the greatest example of that, I keep sharing it, the Ultimate X-Men issue, where the kid woke up and everybody's gone, and he doesn't know what's going on, and his parents, but all their clothes are there. So, like, all his clothes were there and everything, so it was weird. Then he finds out, he secretes a thing that only eats living flesh. Like, he took out of town accidentally. Whoops.
Yeah, and imagine being somebody like one of his neighbors or something. You just wake up and all of a sudden, oh shit, I'm dissipating
Yeah.
painfully. The motherfuckers were screaming.
Yeah. Yeah, the way they all died, it was really, like, tough.
Yeah, and he
And-
basically ate you up like you were some sort of acid or something.
Yeah. And he went to a cave to go chill. And Xavier had to go, yeah, we gotta kill this nigga. Because he can't just be around. Because if he's around us, he's gonna kill us.
Yep.
And then when humans find out, they're gonna be like, oh, well, all mutants are bad. because they are. and yeah, that nigga EMP'd the entire planet. Yeah, that's after the people bombed him. I mean, bombed his place and killed millions of his people.
Yeah.
Except it doesn't. Yeah, kerosene. Apparently, the apes kind of prove that humans are a monolith to a degree, and that movie is not even real, but idealistic parts of it. Except it doesn't. The trilogy show that neither the humans or the apes are a monolith.
50-50.
Both are debatable. I think the humans are more a monolith because they were all just in survival mode. Like, the apes had taken over. Do the apes live longer?
What do you mean?
Because ain't Caesar still alive in the new one?
Yeah, I don't know how long after, but it looked like Caesar was still there.
Yeah, it's obviously in a post-apocalyptic world. Obviously, Caesar's in the future more and more. Bastion did that, not the human race. You're not wrong. However, what Bastion did, he was funded by the government to do so.
I mean, let's be real. Like, and Bastion wasn't the only problem.
Yeah, and Bastion ain't the only one that has tried to kill mutants.
Yeah.
He's basically Jesus to the apes.
But at the same time, you are talking about a situation that is very much like, oh God, what was his name? Peter Dinklage in the newer X-Men movies kind of gave a speech talking about, like, yeah, I mean, if you really think about it, how do the Cro-Magnons feel about humanity? How does Homo erectus feel about Homo sapiens? How do any of the, I think it's like over 6 different offshoots of humanity feel about Homo sapiens? Because guess what? Them niggas ain't here no more. And we drove the motherfuckers out of the areas. It ain't like they just all of a sudden like died. Like, no, we kind of are responsible for their end. And it's not like they were successful for tens of them. Nothing made them not successful anymore, other than we were more successful. Yeah. And we were a very warlike group as well.
Yeah.
And guess what? Competition's competition. So now you're looking at a species which is very monolithic in a way, because guess what? All of them are the same as they don't have powers. They're not all personal nukes. Versus a species that has an extreme variety of powers. Some which are actual nukes. I mean, let's be real. Like, some of these movies, hey, what is your power? I explode shit.
I explode.
Yeah. I mean, look at Storm. Look like Storm's a good guy. Storm fucked the whole planet up on a bad day. She had the wrong kind of nightmare, and guess what? Twister 3.
Yeah. Yeah. If Aurora sneezes too loud, we get a new hurricane. Like, whoops.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh shit, it's flooding. Why? Aurora's having a bad day. She's crying.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that. Imagine that, or imagine, guess what? Somebody got a bipolar disorder and get that power set.
Like a Legion.
Yeah. Or Legion split personality disorder, where, guess what? I just kind of do shit.
Legion's dangerous because not only does he have different personalities, but he gains a different power each time.
Yep.
So like you don't know what you get each time. You don't know what you're getting.
Yep. all the way from like, I can turn water into dirt to I can literally change reality.
Yeah.
On a like universal scale.
Yeah, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's
I mean, let's be real. Not one of the humans can do that. It's not like, this is what I'm saying. That's why they're kind of monolithic in the way that it's like, no, you are literally fighting for your survival.
Yeah.
You are eventually going to be replaced. And it's got to be hard for people who aren't going to have mutant children. Because it's not like, you're moving into a generation where the next generation is all mutant children. And you're just like, hey, look, I'm just surviving until, my kid comes of age. Like, no, you might not have mutant children. And your child is going to be a second-class citizen. Who you're going to expect to have to fight for their life all the way in. And then you got, you're going to have inclusionary things like sports. Where it's like, oh, yeah, guess what? That nigga's power is literally to run fast. And I want to do track.
All I'm saying,
I will never be faster than this nigga.
No, you never will be. All I'm saying is that telling humans that there can be no peaceful coexistence is inviting them.
Yeah, they have to
fight.
fight. There's literally no choice for them. I mean, that's the sad part about it. That's the whole part of the power of 10, is that essentially you are replacing a species. You will become the new dominant species on the planet. And
well-
guess what? That species is going to do everything they can, including creating killer robot of a species of their own, to try to
survive.
preserve themselves.
Yeah.
Like that's
agree.
that's where you're at. There's no in betweens about it.
And this is the dichotomy of the X-Men that I love, because like India says, all I'm saying is that telling humans that there could be no peaceful coexistence is inviting them to fight you. There is no peaceful coexistence. There's none. Not with niggas like Sabretooth running around. Not like niggas, not if niggas like Apocalypse.
And we only know about Sabretooth because he be running in with Wolverine. There's got to be more psychopaths.
Like, there are a lot of villainous mutants that kill lots of humans. And that's why I say characters like them are important, because we need reminders that the mutants are bad.
Yep.
They are. And you can sit here and say, oh, no, not really. This nigga just did an EMP across the planet.
But think about it. When you get a fucked up mind, and then it has superpowers. And I don't believe he's a mutant, but think about somebody like Purple Man. Where it's like, the moment the motherfucker got powers, guess what? I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. I don't
mean,
think he's a mutant, but to
That's
go
what
off of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
even just giving somebody who has that evil intention superpowers is a very dangerous thing.
Well, we could use, like, a good example for that, the Mandrill.
Yeah, man. That's a great one.
Mandrill's basically Purple Man, but it only works on women.
Yep.
God damn it.
His power is basically red.
Yeah. Yeah. And he looks like a mandrill. Why? Who cares? I guess. Like, wait, why does he look like a mandrill? Or not? Like, he has no, like, mandrill powers. Like, nope, he just looks like one. And his power was, I can seduce women, kind of. I'm sure that Magneto's EMP killed more people than died in Genosha.
Okay.
You sound like Bastion, sir.
And, hey, guess what? It probably killed more humans. I mean, let's be real. I remember when they did in the comic, it was 11 million people that died in Genosha, 11 million mutants or so that died in Genosha. I don't know what the number is for the comics, but I can tell you this. That was 100% mutants. This time, probably mostly humans.
Yeah.
So, let's, and not only that, but guess what? Regardless of how many people died, I bet y'all pay attention now.
Oh, yeah.
Before, oh no, it's so sad, guys. It's so sad.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Now it's, okay, we need to take action.
It was indiscriminate, baseline humans and mutants alike.
Well, guess what? There's not that many mutants now for that to have happened to. So,
That's
probably,
That's
probably
fair.
a lot less mutants than you're thinking. Because, like I said, if you go by the comics, 11 million mutants is a lot of fucking mutants, bro.
Yeah.
Like, to the point where Professor X had a whole conniption about it from deep space. That's how many mutants are gone.
Oh, man. So now the world is going to realize that Xavier is a humongous piece of shit. I hate saying that because Xavier is the greatest example of the road to hell was paved with good intentions. Because you can't argue with Xavier's results.
Yeah.
And if you think I'm wrong, go read Age of Apocalypse. Go see the alternative. You can't you want to blame him, but like he does a lot of fucked up shit, but it works. If I'm Xavier, I'm turning that shit around on Eric. Be like, he's the reason why. He's the reason why that happened. Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm still confused how they're gonna do X-Men in the movies, because when we do X-Men, there's a lot of drama that comes with it. I'm not sure how you're gonna be able to do that only in movies.
Yeah.
Someone made a good point. they could just get people who aren't that big of names and do X-Men as shows and movies.
I mean, that's the part of the best part of Disney Machine is like you guys have a good lead on upcoming actors.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys really want to, depending on how they do the X-Men stuff, it's like, yeah, I mean, you guys make those long-term deals, for people, and it's easier pay-wise, so you're not casting a whole bunch of big names.
Right.
But think about how they started MCU.
Yeah.
If you push them right, you can make anybody a star. I mean, shit, think about it. Cap is now a household, corny-ass Cap. Where it's like, yeah, if you was a big Cap fan, then yes,
we knew what time it was.
You knew Cap had that potential, but at the same time, he wasn't that household name. Now, shit, Cap is different.
Cap's the guy. It's so funny how like pointing a light on something and doing a certain way. I mean, fuck, Guardians of the Galaxy went from nothing to household names.
Yep.
To do a series set at the school for the young adults, soap opera element, and do movies as the big crossover events. I can agree with that. I also think that there should be shows or at least one shots of like X-Force.
Well, I was gonna say I would make the younger teams. Like I said, I would make the younger teams into shows, definitely. Bring some of the characters from the movies in as special features.
Yeah, of course.
If you did bigger names.
Of course.
However, I also, like I said, one of my X-Men ideas was literally you could spin shows off into other shows.
Of course.
That's why I wanted the Dazzler show to spin off into a District X, to spin off into an X-Force.
Well, if we don't get a Dazzler show, what do we know? What do we think Disney is going to do?
Well, all right, I already don't think we're going to get a Dazzler show that I want. But I think we'll definitely get an X Factor show.
Okay.
I think New Mutants is something that'll probably be reinvested as a younger team, kind of.
As they graduate, they move on to the other team's franchise. I like that.
I think because of with the Hulu merger, I would love a darker X-Force kind of show. Like give me like that Wolverine X-23.
You want the hit squad?
Like
I want the hit squad X-Force.
I want murderers.
Yeah. You want.
I want
Black
Deadpool
Ops.
to see that shit and be like, ooh.
You want Black Ops?
Yeah, why not? Well, because you have so many other teams that can be. You have kid teams. You have teams that deal with more political type stuff. You even have teams that can deal with more like we deal with like mutant affairs. It's one of the things I liked about like the Jamie Madrox team with like Strong Guy, Monet, Wolfsbane, them like the more
Siren.
Investigative
team.
I like that idea. That also makes for a good show.
It does. X Factor Investigations was great. One of the biggest things, I liked Krakoa, but Krakoa did a lot of things that I didn't care for. And one of those things was the absolute demotion of Jamie Madrox.
Oh, yeah.
The absolute
because they did a lot of building his character up.
The demotion of him being a hero, being the guy, learning all these trades so he could do all these things. I love that Madrox sent one of his dupes to go become a Tibetan monk. And so when he showed up, he was like, "Yo, I need you." And the Tibetan monk was like, "All right, bet." And like they just knew what time it was, and then he absorbed him. And now he's a Tibetan monk. Now he knows how to do. I still prefer X Factor as the government team. Why? That's interesting. That was the original point of X Factor. Was that they were government funded.
See, I don't know. I would think that, eventually, like, you would have, I think, one of the X-Men teams. And I do love one of the things that they did. Gold and Blue in the last X-Men episode.
Oh, yeah.
How they called
they did.
Gold Team and Blue Team.
Gold Team and Blue Team.
You know what I'm saying? I like how they did that. I think you'd almost have something like that within the main X-Men teams. Where you do have a government team. You have a team that deals with, like, Old Girl from the UN. You have that team is kind of more public facing. So you have like, because you can make a deal about it. Like, yeah, you guys are the public-facing mutants. You guys are the mutants that can be on TV. You know what I mean? You guys are the mutants that don't scare people like that. But at the very same time, you're that government team where there would also be the X-Men team where it's like, now you kind of like the classic X-Men team. You're the school team. You out here, you get deployed places, things of that nature, things that things that might not be dark enough for X-Factor.
I agree. That Peter David run was excellent. You're right. It was so excellent, he turned into X-Factor Investigations.
Yeah.
He that's basically what happened, was that he took everything from there and moved it over here.
Yep. I think that was I liked what they did at that time with the X-Men books. Like I said, I really like District X. I really love the idea of like the mutant ghetto.
Yeah.
Because it really, I don't know, up until that point, the idea that, there's some mutants just living under the subway, and there's like, there's a far cry between Morlocks and then everybody at the X-Mansion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Genosha did a little bit of the answer, but not everybody can travel to like an island and, somewhere in the Pacific, wherever the fuck Genosha's supposed to actually be at. You know what I mean? Like, that's a hard press to say I can just up and leave this world. But the idea of like, no, there's these like mutant ghettos where mutants are forced to live.
I think that there should be more of a rivalry between X-Factor and Alpha Flight. That's interesting. Why? Tell me more. I get annoyed. That's another thing that annoyed me about Krakoa. One of the things I always liked about the X-Men is that there is a class system. There is a class system with the mutants. And so it just shows that how tough it is to govern any type of people. Because the Morlocks were treated like shit by their own people. By other mutants. And it was fucked up. And the X-Men didn't do anything about it.
No,
they were just like, damn, that sucks.
That's why I love the cartoon. Magneto was like, bro, I used some of Charles's resources to relocate them to Genosha. One of the reasons why I said, yeah, not everybody can afford to get on a plane and go whatever. It is like, I'm surprised they didn't do shit like this sooner. Like, you talk about you care about all these fucking mutants, you got these niggas living in the fucking sewer. Yeah. And you know about them. Yeah. Like, nigga, Storm was their leader. Yeah. Y'all went down there and beat them up one time. And still didn't hook them up with shit. Yeah, she took over and was like, all right, I'm out. Like, y'all can stay here. Y'all can stay here. Now be quiet in your sewer. Yeah. And don't you dare leave. I'll come back and kick your ass again. Don't you dare leave. And I did this shit in my fucking designer, nigga. I'm Prada. Yeah. No, for real. That's another thing that know me about Krakoa. I'm like, why is Leech here? Why not? Leech is a mutant. Because Leech... No one can do their mutant powers around him. Yeah, they could, because he can turn it on and off. When could he turn it on and off? That was never a thing when I was talking about it. Like, that was his thing. Like, he was even doing that shit when he was, he's been doing that shit for a long time. I don't know about, yeah, he even did that shit. I'll take your word for it. When he was on the Kid Team. Kaiju, what Kid Team? Oh, what was the Kid Team? Generation X? No, he was on. New X-Men? Wasn't he with Future Foundation for a bit, too? Artie and Leech? I swear it was. Kaiju, if you're there, find out for me. Does he turn that on and off? I didn't think he did that shit in the cartoon, because guess what? Magneto was using the fuck That's what I was saying. Future Foundation. He was on there too. Okay. He was able to do that. He was able to do that there as well. He's been able to do it for a while. I wonder. Otherwise, guess what? Nigga, that nigga make every fight fair. All Morlocks will carry knives. Hey, what happened to Avengers here? It's fine. Oh, I wonder. See, and that's where I think things get interesting, because what happens with beings with alien physiology? So, like a Thor, for example. Like, could he stop Thor's magic, but then Thor would still have his natural strength? Well, he would still have his natural strength. Yeah, natural strength and higher durability. That reminds me of one of my favorite moments when Doctor Strange was fighting Loki, and they were fucking everything up, and his little helper cast a spell, and the spell meant that none of them could use magic for like 10 minutes. She was like, you guys are messing everything up. I'm turning off magic for 10 minutes. Dr. Strange was like, what the fuck? She was like, what? He was like, he's still Asgardian. And Loki just knocks him across the other room. He's like, fuck, man. She's like, oh, wait, I didn't think about that. Yeah, and Loki part Frost Giant, too. I don't think he's at 25 tons. I think he's at like 40. Like, imagine a motherfucker who can literally press 40 fucking tons, punches you in the face. Dr. Strange was like, fuck, man. Like,
No, this is worse.
Now you think I don't have a rewired jaw spell I can do.
Jesus Christ. But I would have liked Artie more if that, kind of like what they did with Sync. As a nigga, I could copy any powers. Artie be like, I can tear all this shit off.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
He can turn off Super Soldier Serum. And anybody who's an enhanced being, and that's what I think one of the cool things about Leech is like, no, I can turn off any superhuman.
Yeah.
Don't matter what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you
Don't
are.
matter what you do, bro.
I can, neutral the shit out of you. And I would have liked that better. Another thing that kind of was fucked up, but it was good. Remember the Weapon X comic from the early 2000s? Where there was a concentration camp, and basically it was like Sauron, Marrow, Sabretooth, who else was in that group? There's like 4 or 5 people, and their job was to like kidnap mutants and bring them to the camp. And Maggot was in there, and they did they did a whole issue about like how the concentration camps work, and they had captured Leech, and they tied him to this satellite that like increased his like thing, and so no one in the mile-long concentration camp could use their mutant powers. Like,
Yeah,
no
basically
one.
they just amplified Leech
over
their containment cells. And they were like, yeah, power's off.
Yep, all of you.
But that's the crazy part about when you think about the mutants and like how easy it is technically to solve the mutant issue. Like they've made in the cartoon alone. You see, they've made collars. They've had a genetic cure.
Yeah.
During that, like it was like, oh no, you could not be a mutant. Like we could literally remove mutant powers.
Like just take that shit right out.
Yeah. Like, that's why it's kind of crazy when you think about the fact that it's like, yeah, I mean, if y'all motherfuckers are really, really pissed off Reed or Doom, you guarantee the motherfuckers overnight. Shut that whole shit down.
The whole shit down.
Yeah, never another mutant more.
So y'all think they'll do House of M and X-Men 97?
I mean, it could,
I don't
but
see why
probably
not.
not 97, maybe 98.
Forge needs to answer for a lot. Listen, I am here for the reintroduction of Forge. Marvel's been taking good care of Forge lately. I've always said that Forge should be a more used character.
He's useful.
He's very useful. He's basically Tony Stark. He's basically Tony Stark without the smartness. Like, basically, Tony Stark is able to do and create what he creates because he's smart. Forge can do what he wants and create what he creates because that's just his power.
Because somebody asked him to.
Someone has to influence him to do it.
Well, there has to be a need.
He can't just wake up and be like, you know what I'm gonna make? I'm gonna make a coffee like something like that. No, someone has to be like, damn, this is fucked up. You know what we need? A humidifier. Then Forge will be like, all right, hold up, I'll do it.
Let me get two blades of grass and then two.
And then
MacGyver that shit.
No,
His power
for
is
real.
basically MacGyver.
Yeah, 100%. And what's fucked up about it is that he can't tell you how he did it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's great. What's the blueprint? You're like,
What do you mean? Blueprint. It
Like-
works, bro.
I think it would be cool if I was writing Forge if he like goes into a trance of sorts. Like his eyes light up blue, and he's just like almost like robotic when he creates things, and he just starts just putting shit together.
What if he swaps minds with Tony Stark? And then Tony Stark dies one time and he loses his power. Like, what?
Like fuck.
Or if
That was
it's just scan brilliant minds based
Yeah.
on the need. He swaps minds with Reed. He
That's
swaps
true.
minds. Nah, but I feel you. That the trans idea would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would just be
Like
cool.
just not aware of it.
Yeah, like he's like, and he has to explain how his powers work. That's one of the things about Forge is that his powers haven't really been explained. It's just been, I can make whatever you want. Okay, is that simply it? And then, I feel like there needs to be more things to it. Well, like you said, there has to be a reason for me to make it. It needs to be like I can't just go and make anything.
You know what? I would also say, what if it has to exist to a degree amongst humanity? Meaning the parts that go into it have to Like people have to invent certain things like Transformers. Like you can't because if not, it's like well make me a machine that can make everybody mutants. You know what I'm saying? Like or make me a machine that can make everybody in the world mutants with the touch of one button.
Yeah,
and the problem solved. So it's like how do you handicap his power?
The fact that
that's
the thing. He's still just a guy. Like he can still just be shot. Like for real. Like he could just get fucked up.
Or you shoot him and he needs to build an android body, and then he builds himself an android body, and
I mean he could do that too.
He just can't be shot.
I mean he could do that too. He's non-arrogant Tony. Yeah, he's basically Tony Stark at a dollop of Doctor Strange. Just a dollop of Doctor Strange because he does magic too. Right, and I think a lot of writers have forgotten that. I think a lot of writers have forgotten that. Oh yeah, he does magic too. Like nowhere near on the level of like the actual Magic Girl or not like Ileana or like Doctor Strange, but he dabbles. He dabbles. He dibble dabbles. I'm a big fan of Forge. I like him. I think he's great. I don't like him carrying around guns a lot though because, and this is gonna sound maybe kind of crazy, but he kind of looks like Grey Crow sometimes. I feel like Forge and Grey Crow should be homies.
Yeah.
I feel like they should be homies. Their powers are kind of similar. Grey Crow's powers are just... You know what we did to Razorback to make him a better character? I feel like we should do that with Grey Crow.
Right. Up his ante a bit?
I mean, for those who don't know, it's Scalp Hunter. And I hate the name Scalp Hunter. That's a racist-ass term. And I remember here we said we should just name him Grey Crow.
Yeah.
His last name, Grey Crow. Sure enough. I swear Marvel listens to us.
They've been eating for free for a while.
Yeah, he A, still needs the raw materials, yeah. And B, can scale up. Yeah, absolutely. Grey Crow's power is weird. He could take materials and form weapons out of them. That's basically it. Like, is that it? Like, I could just make weapons out of anything? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar.
It is. It's just like you said, it's like streamlined.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of use for that overall because technically you are literally dealing with living weapons in many cases.
Yeah.
So I would almost say, what if he goes out of the game and becomes a weapons enhancer? Meaning that you don't have him, you have him kind of basically be more of a tools guy, where people come to him, like even a Cable, you know what I mean, would come with one of his futuristic weapons. It doesn't matter the kind of weapon, but he can take materials and he can enhance your weapon. He can basically develop it to do different things. Almost like what you're asking Forge to do of make me this device. Like, I need to kill this. I need to take on this.
Can Forge repair things?
I don't know. I mean, probably just by default, but
I don't know if he can. Because his powers are I can build you anything. Not I can repair.
I mean, I guess the only way would be for him to also upgrade your toaster. So if your toaster's broken, you can't quite repair it, but if he does,
I can make you a better one.
Like he has to add on to the toaster.
I'm gonna say
like, I couldn't just make your toaster retoast without adding on an additional toasting mechanism.
We got somebody here. Would it be a stretch to say that the MCU Fantastic Four has best ensemble of the franchise so far? I mean, if you feel that way, I'm not gonna argue that. I think the actual Fantastic Four casting, I don't know too much about the Human Torch guy. Everyone else spot on. Everyone else, I think Pedro Pascal is a great read. I like the Sue Storm girl. I've said for years she should be her. I said Ebon should have been Thing almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think he can upgrade. Guardians is up there. Yeah.
I think he means out of the Fantastic Four franchises. No.
I think he
because there's been three casts so far. Personally, I'll have to wait to see how this cast does together on film. Mm-hmm. Right now, I still do think that the cast for the what was it, the 2000s one, not the Fan Four Stick,
Oh yeah.
but the ones the one with the Rise of Silver Surfer and the versus Dark Doom.
Alba.
I think that was a solid cast. The only questionable one was Alba, and I think just because, I mean, at the time, acting talents didn't really fit. She just didn't really fit Sue Storm. I think really she got in there because she was pretty and like popular at the
She's
time.
hot as fish grease. at the
Yeah,
moment.
she was very popular at the time.
very
especially.
very big at that moment.
But at the same time, like I feel like the casting was solid. Like I like Michael Chiklis. I like Chris Evans as Human Torch. I just think they weren't good movies. I think just the kind of writing
When's the last time you watched them?
wasn't that great. I rewatch them every now and then. They're way better now than Fan Four Stick is.
Like
They're not bad.
I rewatched them and I'm like, I don't remember hating it as much as I thought I did.
See, I don't ever remember hating it. I thought they were solid movies, except for the Galactus being a tornado.
I'm talking about the entire MCU. I think Kevin Feige wants to prove something with this movie, honestly.
Oh, if you're
Especially
talking
what
about-
he was talking about earlier this week about being the underdog.
Oh no! If you're talking about entire MCU, then
I mean, that's his opinion.
I don't know, bro. Because when we went to Wakanda that first time, I figured that was the casting, like that whole cast, even the side characters. I mean, you have Forrest Whitaker and everybody in there.
Forrest
bro.
Whitaker,
They
Angela
pulled out
Bassett,
all stops,
Lupita.
bruh. Like, I mean, if we're counting all the MCU, yeah, it's kind of Black Panther. They pulled out all
It's
stops
opinionated.
for
It's
that.
definitely opinionated. If you feel like Fantastic Four is the
Yeah,
best
see,
ensemble,
even MTF agrees.
if you feel like, we're all
MTF
black though.
knows,
We're all
but-
black though, so we feel like. I'm just joking.
I'm just saying, in terms when you think
my
about
whole
star
entire
power
point
and
though is
everything,
I don't want to tell this man that he's wrong, but that's how he feels.
Yeah.
Like it's his opinion. Like right, the only guys I'll say is Black Panther for sure. If that's how he feels,
But
that's
at
how
the
he
same
feels.
time, I mean, I also feel like it's the unfair advantage of we still have to see how they play out together on screen.
That's true.
Like, there's certain things that you have to get right. Like, for example, one of the things about the first cast that I thought they did extremely well was the Johnny and Ben relationship.
Yes.
Like, they felt like younger and older brother, even though they weren't, which is how the comics made it feel. Like, they felt like, nah, bro, Ben's the big homie. Like, I fuck with this dude because I respect him. But at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, he treats me like a little brother. Like, we fuck around with each other, we play game. Like, that feeling was there and really good. Completely missed in Fan Four Stick.
Did they even talk to each other?
At the end, he was a dick to him for no reason.
Oh yeah.
Like, he just said some dick and
Yeah,
that shit.
he
It
was
was
like-
like, bro, you don't even know this dude like that.
It was like, except for the thing nobody wanted. It was so jarring. I was like, why are you mean to him?
Like, yeah,
you don't even
bro.
know this guy.
Like, you don't know him. You guys have had no relationship through this whole movie or prior to.
Yes, and he's
Like-
all big, rocky, and ugly, and you're just mean to him. I'm like, why?
God damn, bro.
Like, damn, bro. Why'd you...
Dickhead ass matchstick.
Shit,
Put that nigga
man.
fire out, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Put hands on him.
Well, I think Ben was the weak link for sure.
The movie was the weak link, to be honest. But yeah, definitely. Like, Ben felt like an afterthought. Like, it didn't even feel
To
like
me-
they understood Ben.
I feel like it was Reed.
What?
As a weak link. I don't even recall what Reed did. I don't even recall him stretching that
What are
much.
you talking about? He became Cuban.
Yeah, I think it was Mexico. Did he go to Mexico or did he go to Cuba?
It was somewhere in South America.
One of them Spanish. He became a Latino.
Yeah, me, habla español.
And how long was he gone? Was he like on the run for like months?
Yeah,
What
something
the
like that.
fuck is going on?
Yeah, he dipped out on the team, left him to be basically trained, which is weird because then he had no training.
And he got no training.
He didn't work with the team. Like, they didn't even do the work of, like, making Ben and Johnny have, like, some sort of relationship while they were doing the training. Like, that movie was probably, in my opinion, is still the hardest fumble
I can agree.
in comic book movies today.
I
And
can
don't get me
agree.
wrong, there are worse movies, like Hellboy 2019 is arguably the worst movie, but at the same time, there's no reason Fan Four Stick should have failed as hard as it did. Like, they went out of their way to make that a terrible movie.
So you mean to tell me?
Like, that was the first time they did like a half a race bend.
So you mean to tell me that casting Chet Hanks, the God, Chet Hanks, as the older brother of Ben Grimm to create the term is clobbering time so you can smack him. You're saying that was a mistake?
It was a small misstep.
This is small. That was a small one.
That's the smallest one of the movie.
Here's what upset me the most about Fanboy State. They went insanely out of their way to make sure they only cast one black person.
And they cast 2 black people and race bend as a result. Because remember, they made Johnny's dad black. But Johnny and Rhea Sue.
I was just talking about the original Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah,
but
okay, yeah.
You're not wrong, but you're not wrong.
They definitely picked the wrong person to make black, too.
Like, yeah.
Like, of all the characters, like, what? You realize one of these 2 are brothers and sisters, right? That's a big part of the thing.
Like, they created a story arc just so she could not be black. Oh, well, my dad died and his dad adopted. What? I was like, you guys created a whole story that never happened in Fantastic Four lore just to justify not hiring 2 black people.
I would have been better. I would have been better if they would just said, "Oh, well, she's half white and he's full black."
Or just
they got different moms.
Or just cast 2 black people. Like
What?
That's how we came up with the.
Dare you?
That's how we came up with the term "one nigga quota." Yeah. Hashtag one nigga quota. That's all you get. They got the one. That's it. That's it.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Well, I guess that's it.
That's our show for the day. Thank you for tuning in. It's your boy, Phony Toast with the mostest.
Task, the old nerdy bastard. We will see you guys